Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Julie Quinn. I am program specialist with the Woodlands Township Neighborhood Watch. And can everyone hear me okay? Oh, everyone's on mute. Let's ask. Oh, I hear that somebody says, I can barely hear you. So we'll speak a little louder. Is that better? Can you hear us better now?
It's a little better.
Okay. No? Well, we'll just have to, I don't have a very loud voice, but John does, so. Yeah. So, again, thank you for joining us. My name is Julie Quinn. I am a program specialist with the Woodlands Township Neighborhood Watch. And on tonight's Watch Talk Wednesday, we welcome Harris County Precinct Constable John Ryan to give a presentation on suspicious activity. So I'm going to turn it over to John. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Can everybody hear me okay? Just send comments or loud.
Can someone comment if you can hear John okay? Can hardly hear.
Yeah. This thing have an external?
It doesn't have an external microphone. We'll just have to talk loud.
Okay. All right. My name's Corporal John Ryan, Harris County Precinct 4 Constable's Office. My primary duties are in working in Harris County in villages of Creekside Park. And what we're going to talk about today is a suspicious activity. That's kind of close to my heart too. I do have some notes that I'm going to refer to, and so hopefully we'll be able to, this will go through as smoothly as possible, and then we can answer questions.
Can you, oh,
Yeah, they should be able to see us.
are you able to see when I click on the present? Oh, there we go.
I can see you and the officer.
Okay.
Okay,
You
good. We
can't, can you see the PowerPoint presentation?
No,
Okay, hold on here. Sorry.
it's all right.
You have two rookies here.
It's all right.
Okay, so just hold on.
For some reason, the volume is quite low. I have my volume on my computer way up there.
I'm not sure why we are having a problem here.
Try my microphone. Is there a microphone down here somewhere? Like right there. On that, and it's,
Wonder if it's a volume on your computer.
No, we tried that as well.
Huh. Well, we'll make do. We can hear.
Okay, but you're not able to see the, oh, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
y'all can see it now?
Yep,
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
got it.
Screen. Well, we have an agenda. We're going to go to what is suspicious, what is a suspicious person, what is suspicious vehicle, when you report it, what to expect when you call 911. They're going to ask you a lot of questions, and then we'll have our question answer session. Okay. Next one. Okay. What is suspicious? This is an excellent PowerPoint. I got to review it, and it's absolutely right. People are not suspicious. It's their behavior. What I call is, trust your gut feeling. When you see something that just isn't right, something's not right, more than likely it's there's something wrong. So what we try to tell you to do is trust your gut and call us if you need us to come check it out. Suspicious activity, a good definition is when a person's conduct or action is out of place and does not fit the normal day-to-day activity in your neighborhood. I always tell people when we have our HOA meetings to, who should be in your neighborhood and who shouldn't. So people walking around, same with vehicles, and we'll touch on that. So, someone acting suspicious and does not make them a criminal, okay? Call us and let us come check them out. That goes with solicitors too. It's not a crime to solicit in Harris County. Okay, identifying a suspicious person. This goes back to what I mentioned before. They're walking around, they don't fit in the neighborhood. They're looking in mailbox. Well, you don't have mailboxes, but they're looking really closely at your house, walking by slowly, even going up and checking your door, walking up into your driveway to check your cars, things like that. Those are clues, and we need to be called in so we can come deal with it. Let's see. If someone's carrying a TV or computer, laptop and stuff, there's no car around, definitely call us. Okay. As far as concealing stuff underneath clothing, it's kind of, you pretty much have to have a jacket on. But if someone's got a bag, like a trash bag, you know, it doesn't live in the neighborhood and it's loaded, it looks kind of heavy, it's kind of bulging out, call us and let us check it out. You know, they could have just hit a house and they're walking out. Another example is pillowcases. Believe it or not, they use pillowcases to load up stuff, property. I think the next one is suspicious vehicles. We can get this thing to go. There we go. Suspicious vehicles. TVs, laptops, pillowcases, things that we normally you wouldn't see in a car, especially at a park. You know, it's worth us checking into it. Someone could be homeless. Maybe they're sleeping in the park, or they just got finished hitting the house, or that's where they're storing their loot while they're going through the green pathways and stuff, going house to house. If you see any forced entry of any kind, pry marks on doors, front door open, broken windows, or windows are open that you know normally your neighbors don't leave open, call us and let us check it out. We've had people parking for a long time in the area. We definitely want y'all to call us so we can go check it out. We've actually caught people smoking pot and doing some other things. And then there's others that just wanted to hang out, trying to get away, clear their mind. And that's not a crime. But we usually tell them to go ahead and move on. Don't, hang out over there. Excuse me, my co-partner left. So as far as this one bullet item, leaving the neighborhood at a high rate of speed, if you don't have a driver or if you don't have a license plate or anything, it's really hard for us to even do anything. A lot of people, if they're doing something wrong and they're speeding and they continue that conduct, more than likely we'll probably catch it. But most of the time, everybody knows to go to the speed limit. We pretty much preach that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we had an incident where cars were pulling up to students when they're walking home. A lot of kids have called and told us about it, but we didn't have any pictures, no license plates, no suspect description. You have to be able to identify the suspect before the DA which is the district attorney, will take a charge. We have to be able to identify them. If we can't identify them, we can have their license plate. We can go to their house, but if we can't identify them, there's nothing we can really do. And we have to have probable cause to search their vehicle too. So, we can make stuff like that happen, but we need everybody to be a good witness and gather all the information you can on vehicles. Next one. Yep. Report it as soon as you can. Call us. Later on, I'll give you some phone numbers to call, whether you live in Montgomery County or Harris County, and call us. Call the Sheriff's Department. Call the Constable's Department. Try to get as much information on that you can on the vehicle, a description of the person, what they're wearing, how tall they are, what kind of hair they had, what color, things like that. Anything that's out, that you would pick up. They had a limp, or there's a tail light busted out on the vehicle. Things like that. And again, trust your instincts and your feelings. You know what's supposed to be around in your neighborhood, and we're here to serve. Don't worry about bothering us. You're not going to bother us. It bothers us when we don't get called, when we hear things happen via the web pages and neighborhood watches and things like that. So be a good witness for us. Okay. For suspicious activity, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office has a non-emergency number. It's 936-442-7797. It's going to be option 3. When you push option 3, it's going to direct you to the dispatch. Harris County Constable's Office, we call it our emergency. It's our non-emergency and emergency number. It's the same one. It's 281-376-3472. They'll ask you if you have an emergency, just say yes, and they'll take your call. Yeah, don't out. So it is a call for service. So I don't think it likes you. Okay. One of the things that their dispatch is going to ask you is, going to ask you what happened, where it happened, time it took place, and where it took place. They're going to ask for if anybody was hurt, if anyone's hurt. For vehicles, they're going to ask for a description of the vehicle, make, model, color, any, has a dent in the side of it or busted window, it's rusty, it's got paper plates, anything that can help us identify it. Because we can come up with probable cause to stop them when we do a traffic stop. That's not going to be a problem. License plate number, try to get that down. A lot of people take a picture with their phone. Try to memorize it too if you can, because sometimes the phone won't have a clear picture, depending if they're moving real fast. Another real important item, which we don't get a lot, which we call our dispatcher to call the reporting back, is direction of travel. We have to have an idea which way the vehicle is going, because then we can set up other deputies to set up a perimeter, and hopefully we can catch the vehicle. Anything else you can add to it, it makes funny noise, or, it's loud exhaust or something, include anything and everything you can. When you call, provide your contact information in case we, the deputies, have to call you back. Now, you can remain anonymous, but it'd be nice if you still left a number. So if we have any questions, we can ask you, but you will still remain anonymous. Okay. A lot of times, try to remain calm. Sometimes when a crime's in progress, it's hard to stay calm, but you've got to stay calm. It only takes a few minutes for the call taker to get all your questions done. When that call taker's getting your questions, they're also typing up all that information, and depending on the priority of that call is already going to be sent to the dispatcher, who will already have it dispatched to a deputy. And I can, in my case, in Harris County, and I've worked in dispatch before, I've sent a priority 1 caller to the dispatcher that had the address and information as best we can to get that out, so the deputies can, so they can get en route and hopefully catch this person or whatever's going on. That includes medical calls too. We actually get calls for medical. So, and then we can get back with you and finish up, answering any other questions or anything else you want to add. When calling from your cell phone, just keep in mind that we may not be able to actually get a GPS location of where you're exactly at. So always give us an address of where you're going to be. Also too, when you call and you say you're in the Woodlands, for Montgomery County side, tell them, hey, I'm in Montgomery County side. Or if you're in the Harris County side, say you're in the Harris County. You're located in Harris County, Creekside, Villages of Creekside Park. This one here is good. I have a lot of people that they just feel real bad about not getting involved. Get involved. That's what community policing is. Community policing is we involve the public, our citizens, and law enforcement to work together so we can catch these people when they commit crimes. And I'm telling you, that will get around, and we'll stop a lot of the riffraff, what I call, coming up here to Creekside or into Montgomery County. but we've got to work together. Otherwise, we're not going to be successful, and you're not going to be wasting our time. And if it's something, if you get that gut feeling, call us. Let us check it out. Be a good witness. And I noticed that let's see, someone says be a little louder. I'm working on it. I got a question here. It says, should someone call if a car is just sitting out front with someone in it? If they've been sitting out there, you don't recognize the car, you don't recognize that person, call us. Yes. That's what we need to know. We need to find out. I want people to know we're here and we don't play around, and the citizens don't play around. We value our freedom and our safety. Okay. And don't worry about if somebody else called. You need to call. The more people we call, the better it is. That we know that will escalate, and we know how serious this incident is happening. So don't ever be afraid to call us. You're not going to be wasting our time. Oh, you went too far. Okay, this next one is a group activity. So those that can hear me, I hope, get out your cell phones, and I'll give you some phone numbers that you can put in your phone. And whenever I'm gonna give you a few minutes, and I'll give you these numbers. Okay. Okay, for those that live in Montgomery County, you can put down Montgomery County SO. I like to put Montgomery County SO. That way it should hopefully be the first contact in your contact list. Well, I mean, back in the day when we had these cell phones, kind of dating myself, we had speed dial. We don't have that. I haven't been able to make mine work. So you're going to type in 936-442-7797 and then option 3, which is dispatch. So if you can't put the option 3 in, that's fine. Dispatch. It goes through a menu. Harris County residents. And anywhere pretty much in the north section, Spring, anywhere you're at, you can call that number and have a deputy constable respond to you. Okay. Now there are questions and answers. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
Any questions? You can unmute yourself or put it in the chat.
Does that scroll up or down? Okay, it's just all that's coming.
Looks like your presentation was so good that we don't have any questions. You said it all.
Yeah, he did a great job, didn't he?
Yeah, this is my first time doing this.
Yeah.
Never done anything.
Oh, yeah, mine, well, first time.
Yep.
So, great. Is there any questions? I'm just giving everyone a minute just because just in case our internet connection is a little,
There's one in the chat box.
oh, there is. What's the strangest suspicious activity call you've had?
That's a good question. I can't think anything that's, well, it's kind of funny. It's strange, but it's funny. Back in the day, and I'm going to date myself, you used to go parking. Okay. Well, I'm driving by on Creekside Forest, doing that roundabout, coming up Creekside Green, going to Creekside Forest, and there's a pump station, sewage pump station out there. And I go there and I see this car parked there, no headlights on, but I see parking lights on. I'm going, what the heck's going on there? That's some of the things we do check. That's part of the infrastructure that we check. We check mud buildings. We check the water supply buildings and the pump stations, or well, they're known as lift stations. So I drive around, and this is by the Mitchell Pavilion, or George Mitchell Preserve. And I go in there and I see this car, it's pulled in, facing in towards the sump station. And I see 4 feet hanging out one side of the car. And I'm going, you've got to be kidding me. You know, anyway, I pulled them out and I talked to them, and I'm very professional. I made them wait till they got dressed. So I told them, I said, look, you know, we can't do those things anymore like we used to, but if you never would have had your parking lights on, I never would have saw you. No one would have ever bothered you. So that's kind of the weirdest thing.
Okay, I have a Woodlands Watch sticker, no soliciting on my window, yet occasionally someone will still knock on the door. Can I call the sheriff for them trespassing?
Okay. Basically, if someone is soliciting, there's no law against it. In Harris County, there's no law against it. Now, I will throw this out. If we were a municipality, then yeah, we can enforce that. But there is no law against soliciting. Now, I think there's deed restrictions or covenants that the Woodlands has, but we don't enforce those. I don't think the sheriff's department does the same either, but I'm not going to swear. I can only really speak for myself.
Well, that's interesting. The community that I live in is a gated community, and it has a sign out, no solicitation. So are you saying that if somebody does get in that gate and knocks on doors, that we should not bother ourselves with it, or just call our main office? Or
No, I think you should call us, let us check them out. But in a gated community, that's considered private property. So we can't enforce traffic laws either. But there is one thing: if you tell them no and they refuse to get off your property, all bets are off. You call us and we can issue a criminal trespass warning.
all right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Some good questions. Any more questions? We have a comment, call anyway, as they may be casing the location.
That's right.
Thanks, Ron.
Yep, that's very good. We want y'all to call us. I have a fingerprint reader in my patrol car, so I can find out if they've ever been handled in Harris County. It doesn't check for warrants, but it identifies them. And we've had people going, oh, I've never been in Harris County. I go ahead and fingerprint them, and yeah, sure enough, they've been handled before. Technically, I can get them for failure to ID, but the main thing what we do is you tell them you find your handler and you get out of our area. So we will run them off.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention, when I do come to the HOA meetings in villages of Creekside, and I do bring up our stats on suspicious people, suspicious vehicles, and technically they should be a lot higher. We should be getting more calls. But but then on the other hand, if we don't get that many, I guess we're doing a good job. Everybody is doing a great job. But just remember, don't hesitate to call us and let us check it out. Especially solicitors. I want to know who the solicitors are, and we can keep an eye on them. So even if it's what do they call them? Missionaries. I don't care. Call us. Okay, they can be impersonating, just like Ron said. They could be casing the house, and actually not here in Creekside, but we had missionaries were going into houses and they were actually robbing them. So, I don't trust anybody, especially coming into my house or coming up to my house, and y'all shouldn't either. It's sad that we have to be that way, but if they check out and they're good, there's nothing wrong with them soliciting. But remember, you don't have to answer your door. You're not obligated, and you're not obligated to let them in. And if they refuse to get off your property, you call us, and we'll make sure they get off your property and don't come back. We'll do whatever we can to run them off.
Good. Anyone else? Any other questions or comments? Well, I think Thank you so much for being here. That was really
You're welcome.
great presentation, great questions, everyone. Hope everyone has a good night. We're going to wrap it up here, and hopefully you can join us at our next Watch Talk Wednesday, April 20th at 7 p.m. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Y'all have a good evening.
Okay.
Thanks, enjoyed it.